take a minute to get back into. Hey, how's it going? Not too much. How's your Wednesday? And I just realized I put that up with the. Yeah. I'm doing all right. Got a couple of pages I want to try and catch up on tonight. See if I can finish them off. Oh, come on. This thing's freaking sealed shut. There we go. Where's an ink brush? It's a little thin. So this is page 6, potentially, of issue 4 of Blood Force. There might be a little bit of fiddling around with the order when I actually get it finalized. I guess I'm gonna have to go with this one because I can't find where the other one went. Tiny little brush. Shows weak. The ink rather looks very thin. Let that dry a little bit and then go over it again, I guess. Oh, I think I found that other brush too. That's handy. Okay, so we're gonna have to come up with some more. Well, just more for this face here. There's way too little in the way of line work going on here. This was at the end of the last stream, so I was running out of steam pretty fast, if I recall. Mm. $45. I wish this stupid icon thing could go away. ADP? ACP. Oh, okay. Oh, that sounds like a night. Yeah, we'll just switch. We can do this a little bit here. There's an O3S. There we go. All right. I think I'm probably running out of reasonable places to crosshatch, and now I'm just looking for anywhere I could fit crosshatching. Hey, how's it going, guys? Oh, okay. Gunsmith and Vigilante, sure. I mean, that's probably ideal. Yeah, I enjoyed the nose scrunches on this. And this was largely based off of Sunday's stream, Chuck. So, I mean, I just got started like what, I think 10 minutes ago. So I think I had to get off this so I'd stop smudging that little cheek thingy down in the corner there. Shoot, did I lose that glove again? Nope, there it is. Right, last time I tried washing my hands with the glove on, and that really didn't go too well. Well, been reading some Stephen Platt in the meantime, so I feel influenced. should probably try and get the entire foot in there. Yeah, it's a lot of my lines for like the straight on, the straight on close up are the Jim Lee hatch lines. And I mean, that's from, I don't even know, like, going back to the 90s, right? Hey, Montoya, how you doing, buddy? All right. Is that one of the quirks of the character or one of your quirks? That's a shadow thing, isn't it? The pearl handle grips? I feel like it is. Any kind of sharpening under there? I appreciate you stopping in, man. Just finishing up that page from Sunday's stream. Losing track of what muscle goes where. I'll leg from the back. Hey, thanks, Mo. Appreciate it. Sounds good. You have to let me know where I can check that out. The video thing, or if you're putting it up. I mean, if you're not, don't worry about it, obviously. But okay, can't have one leg slanting more than the other leg. If this one's gonna be mostly up and down, this one also has to be mostly up and down. I'm tempted to try and do the Stephen Platt calves where you just like black in all here and then just cross hatch to infinity going up. I appreciate it. Okay. I'll try and keep it going for a little while then, see if I can get some more people to drop in, right? Problem is everybody else does it at random. So I could have like monitor what the other pages are doing. It's like, oh wait, I got a window, but like, no, I don't even know who the other drawing streams are. I know Robert does. That's about all I know, like regularly. At least on YouTube. I know a couple of guys who go on Twitch. Let's see. Yeah, I'm thinking just for this, the Should I Plaid thing, I'm thinking maybe just for this panel, I should try and go as plaid as possible, just to kind of like get some reps in. That oh, by the way, the Prophet number 8 revisit is up on the Patreon. If you want to check that, that's got like the most insane fight that Image ever produced. So that's probably saying something. Hey, Red Adams, how's it going? Change the comment I'm doing so I would. All right. Just don't get stuck. For changing comics, I would just say don't get stuck producing like a few pages of one and then changing your mind about which one you want to do. If you can help it, try and do like try and finish a comic, even if you kind of lose interest in it halfway through. Just try and finish it. Okay, so do a regular frame here, but then we're gonna have to expand on it because this is Gun Show, who is gigantic, and I made it too big, didn't I? Okay. I'm not very good at figuring out what, like, I don't know, proportion guys to the floor. I usually run out of room, and then they always get cut off like mid ankle. That's a bit too low again. I'll just see if I can get this page done tonight. I think it's pretty likely at this point. Then I want to see if I can get the previous page done, which had all that spritzing left to do on it. Okay, so that's how big the leg is, and that should theoretically be. So he's quite a bit larger than I meant to make him, but no, that's still too big. Don't go too big. Yoink. Is Witch a mask? Yeah, no, I want to. That's another tough one. Is remembering to make the head small. I tend to make them like properly proportioned or pretty close to. Or if anything, like a little bit too big. So you get that Roger Corman giant bobblehead effect. So here, tiny head. There we go. Oh yeah, that's like the one thing I don't do is try to sell my comic. Well, you know what? I've got a week off. I'm going to be taking soon. Maybe I can take that time to get some lettering done. I will be, visiting and stuff as well, but it won't all be visiting time. Perhaps some of it will be lettering time. We'll have to see. If I can get those issues lettered, I can like get them into a PDF, and then I have to figure out what to do with them from there. But that's a whole that's that day's problem, not today's problem. Maybe we should have him like flexing his, like cracking his knuckles or something. Nah, not for this one. He's gonna have to come back later on. This should be more of a just a reaction shot kind of thing. I feel like that's a bad idea just to put the foot here. I think I'm better off just like, I think I would just be confusing if I put the knife's foot at the bottom here. Better to have it just be a little bit unimaginative, I think, than to be confusing. Did I come up with? I don't think I did come up with boots for this guy yet. I don't think I've had to show his feet yet. Okay, let's figure out what quads look like from the back. That's kind of what I thought. And then just inflate. Okay. All right, buddy. I'll be here for probably at least another 2 hours, I would say. Okay, so let's see here. Not you. You. Okay, now. Okay, this might actually end up taking up the rest of my night if I really try to go plaid on this, but. Try the double lighting here, I think. I think this is cheating a little bit because I'm pretty sure that Stephen Platt just hatches until all that black appears. Could be wrong. I don't think I'm going to be able to get anywhere near plat levels, really. It's just going to get a bit more crosshatch than usual for me. There's still a fair amount of crosshatching, though. Let's try some O2. Could be that the lines I'm getting are too thick. I mean, that's undoubtedly part of it, really. A little bit. I did want to get a little bit of highlight around the edge of the boot here too, the strap here. Hey, Steele, how you doing, buddy? Yeah, I don't think I'm ever going to achieve anything approaching platness. But if nothing else, this calf got crosshatched to hell. And I can say that and mean it. So that's really all that matters for tonight. Yeah, doing all right. I'm gonna see if we can get this page here done. I assume we will be able to, probably pretty quick. Well, pretty quick for the figures, and then I have to do backgrounds, and that will probably take me like 2 hours. Let's see here. Well, if you're doing intense backgrounds in every panel, I don't blame you. Otherwise, you might want to work on your cardio a little bit. I don't know. I don't know what the fuck is going on here. I kind of know what I intended to do here, but it didn't really get there. Interesting. There's a whole lot of conflicting cross-hatching lines. Well, you're doing that the trade-off pages too, aren't you? So do you get your buddy like bugging you? Everybody like, is it done yet? It's like, no, I only got 2 panels. No, this guy does not. Wow. I mean, it all kind of depends on how heavy I decide to go on the rendering that day. But generally speaking, yes, he's quite ripped. Which maybe isn't the best idea to do this right before I'm going to show the super ripped guy, because that's the whole point of him. It's kind of a calf, sure. Okay, that's cool. Sounds like a decent deal. Well, kind of have to match this now, don't I? Just do like a realistic calf next to it. Let's see if I can get somebody to pose for it, like a photorealistic one. All right. Are these like mostly old characters you're working on, or are you just come up with new ones for this particular deal? Oh, 03? 03. Very good. Okay. Well, there you go. Should get you to do my thumbnails for me. I don't do any thumbnails, so see that now you just keep like going over those same lines over and over, and eventually it kind of turns into something. So many cross hatchings. Oh yeah, no, just like you gotta like stick it out with at least one, and just see if you can get anywhere with it. See if you can like I don't know, figure out a couple of things you don't like about it or something, and see if you can figure out how to change them. And I mean, there's always the option of copying, at least to like get yourself going. That's kind of what I'm doing here. It's not a straight copy, but it's trying to reproduce Stephen Platt lines, and not really coming anywhere close. But it did make this particular drawing a bit more interesting. Well, I mean, I was definitely, I don't know, I gave up way too fast for a long ass time, and that just kind of, it helped that I had the right project I was having fun with and would just want to stick on for a few hours every day, which has never happened to me before, by the way. So, I mean, for real, good luck finding one of those. They're a little tough to come by. For me, it wasn't even Liefeld. It was Merritt Michaels. Liefeld, I can see I can see some things that people would like. Not enough to make him a superstar, not even close. But, he did go heavy on the line count, at least at the beginning. And then since then, he's just been extremely lazy. But Merritt never looked good. It felt like Rob kept trying to convince us he looked good. And it's like, well, wait a minute, that guy's like a professional. Well, considered a professional by some people. Not a lot of people, I don't think. But some people. And he got paid probably way too well to draw some of those pages. And I know I can draw better than that guy. There we go. Some friggin' marble columns there. How long did that take? Just 45. Well, I was doing the head here too. That's right. So less than 45 minutes. For a couple of gigantic fucking calves here. Just where can I fit more lines? I think that'll work. Okay. Yeah, there's a lot of guys who can, who's actually a good one for studying Light and Shadow is Mike Mignola because he does those big, they're just kind of shapes with them, but they tend to fit the figures pretty well. Yeah, I remember prioritizing shading in high school, towards the end of high school, but like so it's actually been a while. I don't think I'd be able to really tell you where to start, unfortunately. These guys probably what these guys are saying is probably pretty close to the truth to where you should go. I mean, John Byrne is always a good idea. His stuff is like the most solid. Which the Man of Steel stuff. That's not a bad place to start. This head's going to be a problem. It's funny. I'm trying to make this guy look ridiculously large, and well, I guess he's gonna get more ridiculously large shortly, so it doesn't have to be quite there yet. But like, he just kind of looks like regular guy next to anybody else in this comic. His head just kind of sitting back on his neck shelf here. Oh, and the braid too. I wouldn't be surprised if Byrne inks himself. He often does. Not the, yeah, not the miniseries. Oh no, wait, this is completely different. Is it the miniseries? Should be the 87 run, shouldn't it? Yeah, the second series. It's in. Sorry to be looking away here for a minute. Art by Terry Austin. Okay, there we go. I was incorrect. All right. Let's try to actually ink this guy. Maybe I should come up with what his costume looks like too, because I'm gonna forget. Not that there's much to it. This guy actually has a very, I don't know, not deep, intricate costume. Is there more? I got to do something for the boots here. We didn't do anything for, no, not really. I require inspiration of some kind. I don't know if I got anything nearby. What do we have here? No, that won't do. That's the, here, let's try some Wildcats. What does Jim do for boots? Probably just lines over the muscle, I imagine. Or does he just not draw the feet? There is that too. We should have done that. Straps going back and forth is an idea. Yeah, he just kind of doesn't draw the feet. Fuck you, Jim. No, it's got knee pads. That doesn't help me too much. I mean, I can give him like a shin plate kind of thing. There's that. That's an idea. Well, good luck with that, man. I mean, that's if you can get there, that's fucking awesome for you. That is, one of the best of all time, though. Just kind of going for fun, right? Which means he's probably producing some of his best stuff. Let's see. Not like that. Sure. I don't think we've shown much of the. We have kind of shown the quad so far. All right. Jim Lee was influenced by a lot of guys. Art Adams is another one you should be paying attention to for where Jim Lee gets his stuff from. I think that's a lot of it actually. Particularly the intricateness and intricacy. There we go. That's a more of a word. And I don't know, just the solidity of everything. Oh, Burn, yeah. Just the fact that he grids everything out when he's doing a perspective panel, like blows my mind. Like he grids out everything in the room when he does that shit. Yeah, the stuff Perez does is nuts. I haven't seen nearly enough of it. Most of the time when I do see it, it kind of blows my mind. Just the amount of stuff he's able to fit on a page is freaking crazy. I still get blown away by the stuff Perez does on Infinity Gauntlet. It's a bit of a shame we didn't get the full series from him. but like what we did get was pretty freaking great. Yeah, Ron Lim did have to take that thing over. I was actually just reading about that earlier today because I want to hit those at some point, but it means I got to go and get like almost all of them. I only have like one issue of Infinity Gauntlet. Um, yeah, from what I saw there, basically, what was who? Shoot, somebody heard that. Oh, Valentino heard that Perez's contract with DC was coming up, and got him to do a cover for Guardians of the Galaxy for him. And he passed it on to his editor, and his editor was the guy who was dealing with Jim Starlin for Infinity Gauntlet. And he's like, when they were first tossing it around, and he's like, "Yo, I think we can get Perez." And it's like, "Okay, cool." And Perez was down at first, but he was used to writing and drawing, and it kind of bugged him that um, he had to work from somebody else's scripts. He hadn't had to do that in a long time, and he was also doing the Wonder Woman. What is it, like Battle of the Gods or something like that? I don't know the DC stuff. Yeah, from what I got on mostly Wikipedia, he started getting super stressed out about having to try and keep up with Infinity Gauntlet and the Wonder Woman thing, and he started falling behind on both, and then he started turning that into like resentment about not liking Starlin's choices for because like Starlin would give him like page designs and shit too, like page layouts, which Perez would normally just kind of ignore. And then eventually just like he just got super frustrated with it and kind of had to leave. I think he was the one who suggested that Ron Lim take over actually, and to show there was like no hard feelings. He inked Ron Lim for the covers and that kind of stuff. uh, and I mean that the Ron Lim stuff makes sense because originally the whole Infinity Gauntlet thing was supposed to just be a Surfer storyline, like only to take place in the Silver Surfer monthly comic. But because of there was new ownership at the time, and they were all about maximizing profits, and they were like, I don't know, something that had just they were generating a bunch of buzz for Infinity Gauntlet, so they did the Thanos Quest, the 2-issue kind of prestige edition thing, and apparently that did very well. And they're like, okay, we have to do like a summer event kind of thing now, and yeah, they just hyped the shit out of it. Kind of. That's one way to look at it. Although, I mean, it does end with him learning to get along without, you know, his love there, right? And becoming a better person for it. Sure. Again, one way to look at it, but it's not like, he just kind of lucks into the Infinity Gauntlet. He has to, like, it's like six trials kind of thing. And it's not like it's a girl. It's more of a concept, really, right? In which case it's more the story of a workaholic potentially. Depends how literally you take it, I guess. There you go. It's a great inspirational story about somebody who simped half of the universe to death. That is all interpretations. Okay, let's do the outline a little bit more. Excuse me. It's just all calves all the time. And I wouldn't have a problem with putting on some, like, copyrighted music. It's just that there's a good chance that the stream will just flat out get blocked. Like, if it was just getting demonetized, I could live with that. But for blocking the stream, that's a bit of a problem. Yeah, no, I think I got a reminder for one today that I did offline, like, I don't know, 7, 8 months ago, where I was just taping it so I could do, I don't know, so I could have that on to I think that I was making a video actually. That was for the commission I did for Promethean. And so I'm just sitting there drawing and listening to music, and I still get reminded every once in a while. It's like, hey, you can't use that music, eh? It's like, yeah, I know. I'm not showing it to anybody. The visibility currently is private, and it's going to stay that way. All right. I'm not familiar with bodybuilders aside from that guy who's Ronnie Coleman. I think that's it. Because he every time you put in bodybuilder, he comes up. Oh, so Dorian is like an old school guy. Okay. Who was the other name? The other name was Jay Cutler. I think that is another old school guy, isn't it? Jesus Christ, these dudes are massive. Yeah, okay. Oh, Dinosaur, this is page 6 of issue 4. And I'm not gonna go see Furiosa, but I am gonna definitely watch it when I can stream it. But I'm not, I don't think there's a movie that can get me in a movie theater anymore. Do we need a background on this? We don't have any other background on this page. I feel like it's kind of a good idea, but I feel like it's also going to interfere a little bit. What does that room look like? Is it behind here? Oh, it is behind here. Okay. I've only got like 5 other pages. You think they'd be pretty easy to find? A little bit more even over here. I suppose context is okay. You could spread them out. Yeah, it's probably not a bad idea. Just spread it out a little bit more. He moved over a bit more to the right. I do not want this potted plant that I decided to put in the corner of the room to be like the star of this fucking panel. Or just to even like usurp anything. Oh, okay. The belt buckle thing? Didn't even think about that. Yeah, like Furiosa was one of those ones where I considered it, but it's like, yeah, I don't mind waiting. I don't know anybody who would spoil anything, and even if they did, it's like okay, like the plot is not going to be the point of that movie, regardless. It's all going to be about the like just the visuals. This is even still too far over. We want to do more like that. Somewhere in the middle there looks pretty good. Oh, regular Spider-Man 3. Yeah. I don't think there was an Amazing Spider-Man 3, was there? What was the last one I saw in the theater? Well, last one I saw in the theater was probably John Wick 4, actually. And that was a little bit disappointing. Not like very, but just like it wasn't as good as any of the other John Wicks, really. And then before that, it was like Endgame, I suppose. Like as soon as the pandemic made it more convenient to watch movies in your house, let's not do it directly from between his legs. It's like that was kind of it. It's like why am I ever going to a theater again and making it an $80 night to go see a movie that might be good. Mm, I did see Logan in the theater, and that was pretty great. Of course, I probably have also watched that like 5 or 6 times since. So that first experience wasn't really like it's been a little bit washed out. Logan might be like the best comic book movie, in my opinion. Hey, Brain, how you doing, buddy? I liked The Crow back in the day, but it's been a long time. Blade 1 doesn't really do it for me. Blade 2 is pretty good, in my opinion. Blade 3, not so much. That's fair. I mean, I think you got to have an inherent liking for westerns to like Logan. Maybe, or just like kind of misery kind of movies, which is what it is for a lot of it. But I mean, I repeat myself a little bit. All right. That is a choice. And I mean, you're totally entitled to that choice. I'm just glad. And I mean, one good thing about the She-Hulk series is that the Abomination went back to being blue-green. Brown Abomination that was a bit much for the screen. For neuter. Oh, Hulk. Yeah. Well, they were going with the Professor Hulk, right? I mean, they're trying to get different. They were trying to get different like plot twists and shit with the characters. There's not a lot you can do with the Hulk without getting into a whole bunch of lore, and like they don't really have the time for that, right? So just Professor Hulk is like, yeah, no, I integrated my personalities. Oh, okay, cool. Thanks, man. I'll take that. I'll take Obar. I know it's very line heavy. Obar really liked putting a lot of ink on the page in the comic, the first one. I missed her, didn't I? A little bit. Oh well. Dread was excellent. I'm glad you liked the panel. Thank you. Whatever. I mean, the whole thing with the gauntlet hurting people is just like that's not from the comic at all. Theoretically, anybody could have worn the Infinity Gauntlet, I think. So it's like, okay, you're making your own thing. Sure. Whatever you want to do then. Like I don't really watch superheroes movies anymore because of that kind of shit. It's like, okay, so that's not really the character I like. So fair enough. You do what you want, I guess. I think that was one of the things I did like about Logan was that it was kind of the character I liked. He didn't try and like cutesy him up or anything. If anything, he's more of an asshole in that one, which I appreciate. Oh, the old band Logan stuff. I have not really. Oh, did I read it? Maybe I did actually. I don't think I was really a fan. Honestly, Mark Miller doesn't really do it for me a lot of the time. Tries way too hard to be edgy, and I'm just not. Like I'm fucking 45. I'm not really. I'm not down. Yeah, the Hillbilly Hulks. I wasn't. I wasn't digging any of that. Yeah. Again, it wasn't for me. I know a lot of people liked it. A lot of people that, I mean, shit, it was good enough that it did well enough that they made a movie out of it, right? I'm trying to think of anything that Mark Miller's done that I've really liked, and I don't think there really is anything. Mostly, when I read Mark Miller stuff, it's because he hires the best artists in the business. Because I assume he's got a shit ton of money. That seems to be the case. Like more money than Marvel or DC are willing to spend on artists. And I mean, that's a fucking business model there. He seems to be doing okay. And thanks, Rand. I appreciate that you like the panels. Let's see. I don't agree with you that Super was the best comic book movie. It was certainly a movie, though. That was something else, man. I think I remember I tried to watch that with a couple of my kids. Like they were older, they're like late teenagers, but we got to like the brain raping with the tentacles, and it's like, oh, you guys just want to watch something else? It's like, yeah, okay, yeah, sure, okay. So at least we missed out on the later stuff. There's that. Well, I mean, I watched it, but we didn't watch it as a group. I didn't like Watchmen. That's one of those things. I mean, I don't like really anything Zack Snyder does except for I liked his Dawn of the Dead, okay, because it's not trying to be the original. Everything else he does, he's just trying way too hard again to be edgy, and I don't like it. It's like particularly with DC comics, like heroes. If we're not talking about Batman, DC heroes are like the cheesiest heroes of all time. What are you doing trying to make them like, I don't know, hardcore murderers and shit? Like. I was a little confused when what was the name of the character? I don't remember the name of the character when they got shot. I was like, what? Because they didn't. I don't know. They did kind of show it, but it's like I don't know. It's like I guess it was just like, well, that doesn't happen here though. At this point in this movie, right? And it's like, oh, wait a minute, no, yeah, I guess in this movie, yeah, it might. I was okay with that movie. It is just not for everybody. Batfleck was okay. He didn't like blow the doors off or anything. He did okay though. I never watched the Robert Pattinson Batman. I'm not really interested at all. It's weird that we're, how far off are we? Like 35 years off from the first Batman movie, and Michael Keaton is still the best Batman. And yeah, the Dawn of the Dead opening was like gripping. I don't think I was expecting that the first time I saw it. And I was just like, just kind of like, what the fuck? What the fuck? And it kept going. And I was like, oh my God, this is amazing. And then the rest of the movie was like, it's pretty good. It's not bad. It's a decent action movie. I am completely losing track of where all the lines are now. Be handy if I had like the thing. What do you call the thing? That T-square. There you go. Don't though. Shame. I mean, you think when Dawn of the Dead came out, I think the next zombie thing to come out was George Romero's Land of the Dead, which was not all that great. I think I tried really hard to convince myself it was okay. It's like, are you sure about that? Said, no, I am not, sir. The zombie movie with the rocker chick? You mean Return of the Living Dead with Trash? That is also a movie. That's not a bad one. It's again though not to everybody's tastes. Ah, shit! Right across his fucking face. Yeah, I used a pencil already. I'm done using a pencil on this page, man. I'm sorry. Which one had Ving Rhames? Oh, I guess Dawn of the Dead didn't it? Fuck, it's been forever since I watched that goddamn movie. I don't even remember who's in it anymore. There's that. That's good enough. Again, this is kind of stuff that's all going to get covered over by some word balloons anyway. This is just to give it a little bit of verisimilitude in the background. So it doesn't look like I just kind of gave up and went, there's dudes, just leave me alone. 28 Days Later was excellent. Yeah, I do remember now that he was, and so was Matt Frewer, who was always great. Or at the very least, always adequate. Yeah, 28 Days Later, I watched a bunch when that first came out. Yeah, there were so many zombie movies in like, when was that? 2005, I think. Because yeah, you had this one. I think is just about done. So that should be good. Let's see if we can finish one of these other ones here. But yeah, you had Land of the Dead, Dawn of the Dead, Shaun of the Dead, and 28 Days Later. And that was right around when I was like, okay, I'm going to take a real stab at doing my own comic, and it's going to be a zombie story before finish the script before any of those movies came out. So really before the zombie craze, and then everything hit. It's like, okay, so this is just jumping on the bandwagon at this point. I'm kind of not interested anymore. Was there a Juan of the Dead? The word balloon thing, no, and I should. I don't think about giving them specific spots. I'm trying to leave them just enough room where I can navigate, because I might change it later too. You got to remember, it's one of those things about being a writer artist is that what once the page is inked and all that, it doesn't necessarily mean it's done. Yeah, Return of the Living Dead. Return of the Living Dead has like 4 or 5 sequels, I think. They just keep making that movie. And it's funny because the guy who wrote it was Dan O'Bannon, who originally co-created Night of the Living Dead with George Romero, and then they got in. They had I guess they split up over the movie, and for whatever reason, Dan O'Bannon retained the rights to the Living Dead title, and that's why we had Dawn of the Dead, Day of the Dead, etc. Because they couldn't do Dawn of the Living Dead anymore. And then, of course, Dan O'Bannon in his first movie about zombies is referencing Night of the Living Dead directly, going, no, they got it all wrong in that one. So I need to actually draw in these blades for one thing, because I forgot to do that. Where's the curve? God damn it! I know it's around here. Hope this one's large enough. Yeah, that should work. I have not seen Basket Case. I think I'm familiar with the concept because that pops up on like Watch Mojo top 10s, and every once in a while I can't stop myself from watching those. It's a sickness. Particularly lately, I guess I watched one that was something to do with horror movies, and now it keeps showing me like horror movies with whatever thing they're focusing on this time, and then and there's just like dozens of them. I think it probably started with like horror movies with Fates Worse Than Death or something, and now it's just kind of endless. Every time I turn on YouTube, I turn it on. By the way. Yes, O'Bannon kind of also wrote Aliens. I do not regret the blades on Hawkstab. I just hate having to draw them. That's fine. There's plenty of things I hate having to draw. But if I draw them, it makes the comic better. So, and you know, Hawkstab's blades are definitely in that camp. Barely can see what's going on because it was shadow here. I think Dan O'Bannon just came up with the face hugger, essentially, for Aliens, if I recall correctly. I might be completely off on that. I know he came up with very little and thought that Ridley Scott's version was trash. Oh, these are coming way too thin. Shit. Yeah, this is what I get for having the wrong curve template. Oh well. One panel where oh man, those do look weird. I feel like they're bending all over the place. I think I'm gonna have to do that again, which is not good because that means I'm gonna be drawing over whiteout, which means smudges. I have to find that other template. Okay, so let that dry. Where is that other template anyway? It's probably down the side of one of my friggin' long boxes. It's usually where it ends up. Oh, wait, I found it. It was buried between long boxes. My bad. No, I don't think I want Disney coming after me at all. I don't think they would, but why tempt them? It's kind of a bit of a mess there, isn't it? Okay. Yep, get back. That looks okay. not, not terrible. That's all I ask for with these blades sometimes. Nothing? Seriously? Wow. All right. Oh, ones, man. They're not worth their time. No, man. Fly at it. By all means. Luke, ground runner. Something like that. That'll, it needs a bit of workshopping. It's already smudging. It feels like it is. Yeah. Well, that didn't quite turn out right yet. Interesting. I think that's actually fine. Again, it's just the kind of thing that I can go, okay, it doesn't look great. Moving on. That happens from time to time. The light's sober. Okay. Holy shit. It's almost 9 already? I was not expecting to be on this page all friggin' night. Well, I figured I'd be done in like an hour or an hour and a half or something. Still going. Come on. So we are performing an experiment today because I haven't tried this before. So naturally, when you haven't tried something before, you should always try for the first time in ink. Okay, I don't think I can just like see through this thing and pick out where to cut holes. Can I? No, not well. Maybe. Actually, I kind of can. Crazy. I didn't think I'd be able to do that. Okay, I guess we're doing that. And on the original work, of course. I am doing the ink flicking. Let's see. Come on, get up there, asshole. Okay, there's my X-Acto. There we go. Oh, I should cover up that top corner too, because you know I'm going to get on. It's going to get up there. Whatever, it's fine. I have no idea what Frisket even is. I've heard people say it many times. I have no idea what that shit is. I know that was like Ed Piskor's favorite word. Okay. Come on. Oh, okay. That would be nice. Yes, Frisket sounds useful. I don't even know where I would get. I guess I'd have to order it. I'm like trying to do lines with with my X-Acto knife here. I think that goes like that. There we go. Whoop, get off. Yeah. Let's see where else. Yeah, fair enough with the art supplies thing. Well, no concern with the pets or kids. All done with those for the moment, at least. Like they're all out of the house. Oh, the whole page dropped for a second. Anybody who's sticking around for this, I don't know if it's going to be worth it. we're all kind of figuring out stuff together right now. It's up here. Oh shoot. Oop, oh shit. That was my knife that I dropped right on my leg. That was not smart. Okay. Oh, come on. Hey, glad you're. Yeah, I guess I didn't really think about it that way. The old school thing. Come on, are you falling again? Or I did pick the wrong one to. Well, here, just do that. There we go. That'll keep it up better too. Should be just the one more, I think. Okay, I think that's everything. Looks like it. Okay. Let's see if we can get this to work. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I mean, the dropping an X-Acto knife on your thigh is just kind of one of the perks. That's fine. That's a little less so. Calm down. Just all over my board here. Okay, you want to see how that looks? Okay, and just need to kind of stipple in between now, I think. We could use a bit more here, though. There. Yeah, I think that'll work. Stay put, fucker. Okay, so from here, yeah, just going to take some stippling around the edges here, I think. Yeah, it's going to need lighter stippling than that. And then, of course, no actual cuts on anybody, just to point out. I am aware. All of this is on purpose. Up there would have been nice too, but oh well. Well, I mean, why oh well, right? No, I did actually get really lucky that the big drop in the middle didn't like just go right onto the fucking page. And I think this one I will just use the card with. Where'd the card go? Maybe not. Yeah, I think I might watch that too. Okay. Don't need a lot here. Just yeah, that looks good. Yeah, not bad at all. All right. There you go. Thank you. The flavor. Okay, so that is issue 4, page 5. Yeah, thing doesn't want to stay up. Oh. Yeah, that ain't fucking bad overall. Trying to look at it on the screen here. Does it get more of an idea of how it's going to look shrunken down? It's like, yeah, that's okay. All right. So, honestly, I think I'm going to call that a stream then. I mean, that's both pages done, which is really what the point of the stream was. I gotta take the glasses off. Oh my God. So I'll get those uploaded tonight, and shit, I guess we can start on fresh on page 7 on Sunday. Yeah, I know the speed draw is gonna be like a good 30 seconds of just fucking around with scalpels and paper and shit. All right, Chuck, thanks for coming by, man. Appreciate it. That is pretty cool. I managed to get it all coming out from the middle here, but like avoiding here, so it does look like it's coming from the blades. I think that turned out okay. All right, so yeah, I'm gonna take off now and get myself something to eat. Yeah, I think I might wash my hands first. That's a little fucking ridiculous. So you guys have a good rest of your night. Thanks for sticking around. I probably said that already. And anybody who wants to watch again on Sunday, I will be doing a live stream then too. So hopefully I'll see some of you there. I know I'll see a couple of you there, but hopefully I'll see more. All right. Have a good night, guys.